في بياض عينيه حمرة. You see this, the white area inside your eyes or in your eyes, the white area. It was not a pure white, it was white mixed with red, a kind of reddish. النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم كان أشكل العين. قال شعبة لسماك ما أشكل العين؟ قال يعني طويل شق العين. كانت شق عين يبدأ من خده صلى الله عليه وسلم طويل, a long eyes. And above this, or this beautiful eyes, surrounded with eyelashes, or there's eyelashes, and they were thick and black and curly. The Prophet ﷺ's eyelashes were thick and black and curly. كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أهدب الأشفار. And the Prophet ﷺ's his eyebrows صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم also were black and thick. There is a lot of hair in them. And they were almost connected above his nose, but they were not completely connected. And they were curved, like a curve, above his eyes صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم, as been described. كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أزج الحواجب سوابغ في غير قرن صلى الله عليه وسلم. And above this beautiful eyebrows, he had a wide forehead, and it was rosy. His forehead, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the color of his forehead was rosy, as mentioned in Hadith Hind. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam كان ضليع الفم, يعني واسع الفم. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his mouth was long also. In his face, it was not a small mouth he had sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And there is a space between his teeth sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He has a wide mouth and a space between his teeth sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His teeth sallallahu alaihi wasallam were straight in order, in a perfect shape, until the Prophet ﷺ teeth were broken. Some of them were broken, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like in Ta'if, when he went to Ta'if to deliver da'wah and they rejected him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and some of the ignorance among them, they stoned the Prophet ﷺ and hit the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to the extent that some of these rocks broke the Prophet ﷺ's teeth, his molar teeth. And also the same thing happened to him in Uhud sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the battle of Uhud, his teeth, some of his teeth were broken during the battle of Uhud. Otherwise his teeth were straight and perfect sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they were white. كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم سهل الخدين. يعني إيش سهل الخدين؟ ليس فيهما بروز. The Prophet ﷺ had a high cheekbones. So basically there is not a lot of meat in his cheek, because this is not something in that day good to describe a man with. It is good in the women's, but it's not good in the men. As the quality of the body, at least in that culture. And his cheeks, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was rosy. Her cheeks were rosy. The color of his cheek were rosy. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had a big beard, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He used to cover his neck and the upper part of his chest, from shoulder to shoulder, like this, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you can hear, and it was curly, his beard sallallahu were curly, was not straight. And sometimes the Prophet ﷺ, when he recite silently, whispering, when he recite, you can hear his beard moving, like the sound of the hair because of his talk. That means it was very big beard. Nabi ﷺ never ever cut anything from his beard. Never been narrated the Prophet ﷺ shaved his beard or take anything from it. He used to grow his beard ﷺ, and he ordered the Muslims to do so. The Prophet ﷺ beard were black, and he used to dye his beard with henna and kutum. And once he saw a man, his beard is big, but it's messy. Then the Prophet ﷺ said, why you do not take care of your hair? Can't you fix it? But not fix it like today to cut it and almost shave it. No, fixing it by brushing it. And some scholars said, if there is like hairs coming out or like it's like making it look bad, like 1 or 2 or 3 hair, you can cut it. Some scholars like Imam Malik rahimahullah said that. But the Prophet ﷺ, he never had, he never cut anything from his beard sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He had a light mustache. You can see he used to cut his mustache to the extent you can see the color of his skin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Underneath of that, hair. So he will not grow his mustache ﷺ, to be thick to the extent you can't see the skin underneath of his mustache. No, it was light. You can see what's under it. And the Prophet ﷺ also, in some narration, he cut his mustache from the sides. And he never allowed his mustache to grow over his upper lips. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He used to put the miswak above his upper lips like that, or on his mustache. Then he will cut whatever extra. With the scissors. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam also, he had عنفقة. والعنفقة هي الشعر النابت تحت الشفة السفلى وبين الذقن. The Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had عنفقة. عنفقة, it is the hair which is grow under the lower lips. This hair here under your lower lips, it calls عنفقة. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had hair in this part, and he used to leave it and he didn't shave it sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And it is show that it is separate from his beard. You can tell it's something separate from the beard. It's not mixed with the beard. And it was black. So see this face with this wide mouth, beautiful teeth, with amazing eyes, a curly eyelash, thick, black, and a black eyebrow, and a rosy forehead, with a high cheekbones, rosy, and a big beard in his face, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, with a wonderful, smoother, wavy hairs, going all the way to his shoulders, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And his nose, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, was not